today to our QuickBooks Lunch and Learn. So glad you could make it. So Samantha and I are going to get stuck into all of the latest updates that QuickBooks been releasing. They've been very busy working in the background, and I know there's been some bumps along the road with some of the things being a bit clunky in the background while all of these big changes have been rolled out. But there is some exciting changes happening, and we would love you to investigate them, see if they're going to be a good fit for your business, and then we can have another session where we go into further detail once they've kind of rolled it out across all of the QuickBooks files. So we'll just do a light layer today, and then the next Lunch and Learn will go a little bit deeper. So I'll share my screen for everyone, and we'll get into first looking at those pricing models to show you what AI agents are going to be available for you. So you may or may not know whether you're on Simple Start, Essentials, Plus, or Advanced, but there are different AI capabilities depending on your level of plan. If you have any questions or want to understand a bit more about that, then I can show you how to find that, and I can also inform you about that. I'm just going to stop sharing here and go back to a different tab so I can show you a bit of a sample file on how this all works. In the meantime, I'll get Samantha to share her screen, and she's going to introduce us to the Customer Hub. So Samantha's going to show us a couple of new features that have been rolled out. One of them is that you can connect your Gmail or your Outlook account to QuickBooks now directly, and that can bring in new lead opportunities and highlight that for you. So you can then tell QuickBooks if those leads are an opportunity or not an opportunity, and then it can help, you can rank your opportunities in hot to cold and who you want to follow up. And Samantha, we're just sharing the wrong thing there, so I'll get you to try that again. And then it can also use AI to draft an email for you to send that lead to get the conversation going, to then do a potential quote, send a contract, or an invoice. So while Samantha's pulling that up, I might switch and pull it over to my screen. So I'll do that instead.
What's my screen share? Oh, okay.
Okay, so over here we have just a sample file, and you can see it looks different, but it also has some new functionality. So up the top here is all the different applications that are kind of color-coded. You can use this arrow to flick through them. This marketing one here will only work if you have your MailChimp connected into QuickBooks, because it's all part of the same Intuit hub. Intuit acquired MailChimp, I think, a couple of years ago. The payroll tab is connected in with Employment Hero. Not everyone uses that, but again, that's a sort of third-party application that's incorporated into the QuickBooks platform. Then these are all the normal ones that you're used to using, but they're just different colors now. So one of the first things that I wanted to point out on your left-hand side menu is, I'm just going to pull this out a little bit. So you can click this button down here, which actually says customize. So you can customize and pin different apps. Now, notice a lot of people want to have their customer hub pinned or their GST hub pinned. So you can save that, and now they're going to appear on that left-hand side, which is really great. So depending on where you spend most of your time, you can change those pins. If we continue on the left-hand side, we've got all apps found on this 9-spot grid, and you can see under each level, you can access the sub-levels. So it's going to be, new for you figuring out how to find all of those tabs that you spend most of your time in. So you might find that you spend most of your time uploading expenses into QuickBooks. So you might spend most of your time in the bills or expense transaction area. If you're sending invoices out, maybe you're spending time in the customers or your invoices, or just tracking your GST and lodging your BAS, it could be there. So that's where all of that is. Now, the thing that is a bit of a catch that not everyone could find is these reports. So we're used to seeing them in a different format. You'd think that they would be a color, but they're not. So they have this little graph here indicating that you're increasing in your turnover and profit. So if you click on that report tab, you can go to your standard reports there. And then as always, you can save your custom reports in here. The business feed section is the new one. Now, this isn't in everyone's QuickBooks account yet. So I'm going to click on it and show you. For a lot of you, it's just going to say nothing's happening. Come back later. But for some of you, you're going to see here an opportunity to connect your Gmail or your Outlook. And that is something that you can then think about if it's worthwhile. If you have a lot of leads and you want to start tracking it through QuickBooks and then converting them into quotes or contracts and invoices, then this absolutely will be a fabulous tool for you to consider. With the scorecards and the follow-ups, it just keeps you in that one environment for tracking everything. So keep an eye if that becomes available. The other way that you'll connect it is by going to your customer hub, and this account is not showing you, but there's normally a lead and a contract tab. So the lead tab is where all those, Gmail or Outlook or even a CSV upload can manage all your leads. You can also request testimonials and referrals from your clients if they're happy in that section. And the contracts, I'll get Samantha to show us on her screen when that's all working in a little bit. And that's a great new tool, the contracts, which is just, again, as I said, under the customer hub, because you can send documents for signature, and you can also request your clients or customers to put some notes into a text field. So that's something that QuickBooks has never offered before that might be really beneficial for you if you need to get things signed off on by your customers. So just, continuing to navigate up this left-hand side, we've got the home button, which is just where you land when you first arrive in QuickBooks, which they used to call the dashboard. And then you've got this plus create button, which is the same as before, but it's just a different color. So you might have missed it, and that's where it's gone. And if I just show you on... which one was I going to show you? So all of these ones down here are the same. I think we're probably best to switch over to Samantha's screen now so we can show you the contracts and the leads and the other great little upgrades that are happening. Okay, so over on our homepage here, if we toggle to the left-hand side under that customer hub, we can see there's the leads. So Samantha's cursor's on it now, and we can also see the contract. So under the leads, there's the connect button for the Gmail or the Outlook, which you can go ahead and do if you'd like to connect that up. And you can also use that enable button to get your work requests, referrals, and reviews all connecting up. I think some of those need the MailChimp environment. So again, consider if that's the right CRM for you. And then anywhere on your page, if you see the little AI button, so up the top of her page, there's a green one that says import leads, and there's a little AI there. That's the AI symbol on QuickBooks. And you can see down the bottom left, there's that needs attention. Again, there's a little AI. So anything that's got that little star, that's the AI opportunities that QuickBooks is giving you. So if you send a contract out or an email to a lead, so if we add a lead in here, it can use AI to craft the email at the next stage. So you'd first add the lead details in, and as you move through, there's an AI agent helping you draft the text that's going out to that new lead opportunity. So once you connect it, you can see all of the rankings, but you can see on that left-hand side, there's the hot, warm, and cold. That's going to be how they're going to be tracked. If we move down to the contracts tab, then this is where you can upload PDFs and put in a box for your customers to sign. And then you can convert that into a project. So that's going to save a lot of admin time for you. If you normally use the projects tab in QuickBooks, instead of having to manually put in all of that data once a contract is signed, if you just upload your contract, it's going to use AI to read the contract and draft up the terms of your project. So it might be 5 stages. Well, it will put those 5 stages in there for you. So if we click, create contract, you can see we would just pick a customer, and then on the next tab, we upload multiple PDFs and continue that process. The other thing I'll get Samantha to show you on her other tab that she has open is her bank transactions. So if you see again that diamond little star symbol, that's the AI again at work. So it's trying to suggest some categories, and it's trying to suggest some suppliers or customers. So start to use this and train it in how you want it to allocate transactions for you, and see if it's good. Give us the feedback. Let us know if you like it or hate it. But that's an opportunity that's there for you. Great. So we've gone through a lot of things there. Just going to check my notes and see. If you're looking for the chart of accounts, I'm going to show you where that is. So under the accounting tab on Samantha's left-hand side, under the pinned ones, she's got that. Yeah, there is the chart of accounts. That's how you find it now. So I know it's always something that we need to go to create new accounts. That's where you find it. So we'll jump back into the bank transactions area. And then if you're going to the reports area, so Samantha will go and toggle over to that for us. And we go to standard reports and then a profit and loss. Once you click on a profit and loss, you'll be able to see, actually, I might take over the screen and I'll do this one. So feel free to, throw your questions in the chat. I'll just quickly check that chat box as well. Pop your questions in there as we go. And we will definitely discuss open banking. That was a great question. Thank you. Okay, so if we jump to the reports tab, to our standard reports, we'll go over here to run a profit and loss. Now, if I was on your QuickBooks file, there'll be this little insight button. This is, again, the AI. So we can click that and it's going to have no insights because this is a sample file. But for you, that's going to develop a really comprehensive snapshot of the profit and loss period that you're running. So if you're running a, last month one, it'll tell you what, your month of October looked like. If you're looking at this quarter, then it will tell you what's happening in this quarter. If you're looking at last quarter, it'll then run an analysis on last quarter. So make sure you have a look at that insight tool and see if you find any of that information informative. And then if we go back to our bank transaction area, so you can always take advantage of these little tours. Make sure you do, because they're really great if you want to learn something new. And there's this button here you may have appearing, which is telling you that there's the AI banking page. So if we click try it out, that's going to turn on the AI here in the categorization suggestions on your QuickBooks page. And then the other thing that will work on yours is this new banking page. It's not working on me for me because I'm just on the sample page, but if you were to click on that and you have a CBA account, you would be able to start the process of open banking. Westpac is being rolled out next, and again, you can then try that new banking page. So it might be a little bit clunky, but we will help you, walk through that, because once that's up and running, we can get 2 years of bank data through QuickBooks, which is really exciting. We're not going to need as many statements from you to find missing information. It's going to be really powerful. Okay, so what else have we got to go through today? Yeah, so there is a new tool that we're looking for volunteers. I'll get Samantha to go back to her screen so we can share that with you. It's a client request tool that we can ask you for we go. So we'll just go. If you can, Samantha, just head over to the accounting button and then, go over to the bank transaction section. And we'll head over to the, actually go to the expenses. Oh, no, you can stay there. Sorry. We're all still getting to know the new QuickBooks. Okay, so under this request tool, if we send you a request for a bit more information on a transaction, so we might want a receipt or a bit of information, like tell us, was this for your Toyota Hilux or was this for your Mazda? And we sent that request out to you. We're looking for volunteers who want to try that tool out, because you actually get the opportunity to interact with an AI agent. It's like a chat bot. So you'll receive a request into your email, you'll click on it and you'll say, oh, I think it's my Toyota Camry or my Mazda or my Hilux. Or you'll say, I don't remember. And then it will give you some ideas, maybe tell you the date. So you can actually talk to the chat bot and it will help give you some ideas of what you might need to provide. So if it was entertainment, then the AI bot will say, well, was this for yourself or was it for your clients? And so it's just prompting you with some ideas to help you come back to us with some more information and then maybe even upload that receipt. So let us know if you're keen to try that new function out, particularly for all of our tradies who use their phones every day and are often on the go. I think that they'll really love that feature because they can just, answer things when they're at the pub or filling up fuel at the petrol station. I think we've gone through most of it. The only thing I wanted to now show you, so I'll jump back before we go, is to show you how you can customize your page. So on here, I'll show you guys that if you have specific things that you like to look at for your business, if you like to see the profitability of your, one month by month, or if you like to see your budget versus actuals, if you have preferences on the type of data that you want to see, then what we can do over on your homepage is we can actually customize this. So it's the same little visual tool that's on the left-hand bottom side of your menu. So down here, there's a customized one, and over here, there's a customized one. This is a button you can click to add new insights. So you might go, I really need to see my top 3 referrals. So say you're using that function and you want to keep track of it and you want it front and center, you can turn that on. Or you might find that you need to keep track of your kilometers because as soon as it's finished, you finish a 3-month logbook, you're sending it over to me. Or it could be that you need to keep track of your invoices because you've got some really bad, some customers who aren't paying you at the moment, some bad debt. So you can pick those additional widgets and add them in, and then the insights will kind of come through. So have a play with that. Pick the ones that suit you. Once you have, you can just click the save button. And I think you can even just drag and drop them around. So yeah, we could go, oh, I want this one over here and I want that one over there. So you can just move this around to get the information that's most valuable to you, that helps you stay on top of your business. It could be reminding you that you need to upload a whole bunch of receipts, whatever it is that's going to help you remember to take action so that you can grow your business fast and stay organized. So have a play with some of these new tools, and we'll do a second round of lunch and learn, and we'll chat about what everyone's finding. And before we go, I'll just double check that chat area to see if there's any other last questions to answer. Here we go. Yep, so go and have a try at the open banking and try out the AI. Let us know if you want to work with us on those requests for information, if that is something that would make your QuickBooks experience even smoother. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next one. Thanks, Samantha. Thanks, everyone.
Yay, that was very comprehensive. She just unwrapped everyone. Okay.